This is Ideonella sacchaensis, a bacterium that can eat plastic. What if we actually spread it?
Every year, we produce 400 million tons of plastic waste. Less than 10% of it is ever recycled. The rest ends up in our oceans, in our rivers, in our landfills. The media calls it a crisis, but just when it seems like it's all lost, nature steps in. It all started in 2016 in a quiet corner of Japan. Scientists took a sample near a plastic waste storage site and made a discovery that would change everything. Ideonella sacchaensis, a bacterium that could eat plastic. Here's the crazy part. Ideonella sacchaensis didn't choose to eat plastic. It just happened to evolve the perfect enzymes to break down PET plastic, the kind used in bottles. Because that's what was lying around in the environment. It's like finding a locksmith who just happened to have the key to your house. Pure randomness. But once it figured it out, the bacterium reproduced, spread, and kept eating. The enzymes it produced, PETase and metase, are like molecular scissors, snapping the plastic's long chains into smaller, digestible pieces. In laboratory conditions, it can break down PET surprisingly quickly, in a matter of weeks. So what if we use this tiny organism to clean up our planet? There's a catch. Just like other living cells, it doesn't simply dissolve its food into nothing. It really just splits the plastic into two molecules, terephthalic acid that can be used for new plastic, and ethylene glycol, biodegradable but not harmless. The good part, there are other microbes capable of breaking those compounds down even further. The first plastic degradation facilities have already been built. It works on a small scale. The question is, can we safely spread these organisms into the world? And will they have the effect we hope? Ideonella sacchaensis was the first major discovery of plastic-degrading organisms, but over the years we have found many more. A few examples. The wax moth larvae that can break down polyethylene, Aspergillus tubicensis, a fungi that can break down certain plastics. Hundreds of plastic-degrading enzymes have now been discovered. And on top of that, scientists are editing both the enzymes and the organisms to make them work faster and under less demanding conditions. Suddenly, it's not just a lonely fight against the waste we can't clean up. We've got a whole army of organisms that could help us solve this big problem. So let's deploy these plastic eaters and watch what happens. If you deploy them into a petri dish with a perfect temperature and pH, within 6 weeks they'll create 2 new compounds that other bacteria can further break down into non-toxic compounds. So next, we'll try deploying it into nature. A recent 2026 study looked at what happened in conditions much closer to real landfill. The result? The microbes really did start breaking down the polyethylene. But instead of simply making the plastic disappear, the process also released nanoplastics and other pollutants. This is not what we wanted. So let's do what humans do best. Keep trying. Scientists are constantly working on genetic modifications that could be the breakthrough. It sounds futuristic, but let's imagine it becomes real. An organism that turns plastic into harmless organic matter. We deploy it. In the best case scenario, it will simply make the cleanup. In the worst case scenario, it could disrupt our ecosystems and create a completely new problem. It is crazy, exciting, a 10-year-old discovery that has already gone from just being a bacterium to being used in some plastic degrading facilities. And it could be the difference maker between a clean and a polluted planet.